After a fairly lackluster spring 2020 season of anime thanks to a few delays, I've been really hyped about this summer season. And so far, it has not disappointed. We've got plenty of offerings from a smattering of genres, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing. As always, I'll only be talking about the first episodes of each show, just so that we can avoid spoilers. I won't waste your time with a lengthy intro, let's just jump into the anime. The biggest anime airing this season is definitely ReZero Season 2, which was unfortunately delayed out of spring, but now it is here. And damn, did it hit the ground running. The actors are already giving performances reminiscent of some of the most powerful episodes from Season 1. And there really isn't any of the usual padding that comes with the first episode of a returning anime. We got our first look at the new antagonists, and while they don't have the sheer terrifying charisma that Betelgeuse had, I think that they'll come into their own right later on in the series. Subaru does spend a lot of time talking about a character named Rem though, and I'm pretty sure she wasn't introduced in the first season. Like, who is she? Kind of an oversight if you ask me. Watching this first episode did stir something in me though. Do you have that one belief that you hold on to even though you've been told at every turn that it's wrong? And just when you consider giving in, something comes along to remind you why you held that belief in the first place, and then you cling tighter to it than ever before. So yeah, basically Crush's best girl. Misfit of Demon King Academy seems to be our trash, OP power fantasy show of the season, and I'm completely fine with that. In this one, a Demon King reincarnates himself a couple thousand years in the future to see what his descendants are up to. Turns out, what they've been up to is mostly just being bad at magic and waiting for him to show back up. So he gets himself accepted into edgy Hogwarts to clown on everyone there and take back his throne. The main character is kind of the only one with a personality so far, even though that personality boils down to pompous ass, and the animation is more or less par for the course. His parents, however, are adorable and must be protected at all costs. Look, this show isn't anything new or anything particularly interesting, but if you put the words Demon King in the title and tell me it's about an overpowered main character, I am going to inject that shit into my veins. I was pretty excited to start Rent-A-Girlfriend because there was a good bit of hype surrounding the release. As the name implies, it's about a guy who turns to a girlfriend rental service after his relationship fails, and that goes about as well as you would expect. But for the first few minutes, I honestly wanted to drop the show. The main character was just a pathetic jerk, and I didn't see myself caring about him at all, not to mention the fact that he was a complete ass to the main heroine. Luckily, I did not stop watching at that point because watching Chizuru flip her lid on Kazuya is so worth it. And she just keeps doing it too. Every time you're like, wow, Kazuya, that was a real dick move, she basically says the same exact thing to him. Chizuru just has so much personality, and even though I know the show is going to gradually turn into a harem, I think that she could carry the show on her own. Definitely keep an eye on this one because I think a lot of people are going to be talking about it. When I was studying in Japan a couple of years ago, there were advertisements for the Uzaki-chan wa Asobitai manga like everywhere. I didn't really look into it at the time, so all I could gather was that it was about a girl with huge boobs. So now, after watching the first episode of the anime, I can confirm that that is still all I know about the series. There is so much smug contained within this tiny girl, it is absolutely staggering. If she could possibly be any more smug, she would be legally classified as a weapon of mass dysmugtion. The whole annoying girl wanting to hang out with her guy friend thing kinda reminds me a little bit of Aho Girl, but with a little bit more plot. And a lot more plot. Honestly though, I had kind of a hard time focusing on what was happening. I'm not sure what it was, there was just something distracting me. Don't know what it was though. After watching these first few anime, I was already happy with the season, but I knew there was still so much more on offer. Something with a deep, meaningful story. Something I could relate to, connect to. Surely there was going to be an anime like that in the anime season of summer 2020. Sorry, I misread that. This is not the anime season of summer 2020. This is the anime season of Horny. And leading off the Horny train is Monster Musume no Oishasan, a show about a human doctor and his Lamia assistant whose practice seems to extend exclusively to monster girls. The premise is pretty straightforward, it pretty much does what it says on the box, but it's already throwing me for a loop because of the girls. There is a centaur that I don't like, and a Lamia that I really like. And if you've seen any of my past videos, no snack. No snack. No snack. You know how concerning that is for me. For the time being, I will change my stance from no snack to possibly snack. Now, I just started watching this because of the title. I didn't look at the tags before I went in, and honestly, that's on me. Check out the link in the description to find out why genre tags are a scam, though. Anyway, because of that, I was expecting something more like A Centaur's Worries and not an ecchi. And while nothing really looks that bad in a post-interspecies reviewer's world, this show is probably a good indication of where the rest of the season is going. Go to Horny Jail. Peter Grill follows a human who becomes the world's strongest fighter to impress his fiance's father. However, this has the unintended side effect of making every female within a 200-mile radius want to bear his children. But we all know how anime like this go. The dense main character is surrounded by the women who want him, but he's never going to figure out exactly what they want because he's stupid, much less is he actually going to make any kind of moves on. That's illegal. You can't have a harem protagonist actually create a harem. Go to Horny jail. Dokyu Hentai HX Eros shows a world in which giant bug-like aliens have invaded Earth to steal our Horny. Luckily, science has allowed a select few teenagers to fight against this threat using the power of more Horny. With equal luck, the protagonist's childhood friend turns out to be a fountain of endless Horny, the sheer volume of which is so intense that it causes said aliens to explode on contact. Who wrote this show? I picked this one up based on the description because I thought it was going to be a good meme show, but I actually think this is really entertaining. It strikes a good balance of ridiculousness and seriousness, and honestly, the art style and animation are pretty decent. It's like High School DxD crossed with a Super Sentai, and if you don't think that sounds fun, you're lying. There is no Horny jail on Earth that can contain this anime. So that is what I am watching this season. There may be a show here and there that I pick up, but like I said, there's plenty of genres on display here, and there's going to be something airing for everyone this season, as long as you're just really into ecchi anime. So until next time, I have been Spoons and possibly Snack.